From my kitchen to yours, welcome as we get healthy on good food. Welcome back to Getting Healthy on Good Food. My name is Justin. Our guest star today is Queen Baby herself, Stella. She is very excited for her first on-camera experience. You can just see the excitement in her eyes right now. So today's video is all about just some of the kitchen tools and gadgets that I have found to be useful over the years, things that I don't know what I would do without. So we're not going to cover everything. I mean, you have your pots, you have your pans, your whisks, right? But these are just like the 5 or 6 things that I really enjoy having in my kitchen. So first up, we're going to start out pretty simple with a potato masher. Now, you think to yourself, do I really need a potato masher? I don't really mash that many potatoes. Quick answer, yes. You can use this to make guacamole, you can use it to make applesauce, just a lot of different things you can use a potato masher for. And there's a couple of different kinds. I suggest getting this kind. You see how it's a really simple design? It's easy to clean, stuff doesn't get jammed in it. There are the potato mashers where it's a flat surface and then holes. Those get clogged up almost instantly and you almost always are going to bend the end of it. This one by OXO brand, it's really sturdy. I've had it for many years. It's gotten through a lot of guacamole in that time. Next up is soup season, so an immersion blender. Maybe you have a blender, but if you're like me and you forgot to take the plug out with that hot liquid, bless you still. Take the plug out with that hot liquid, turn it on, it explodes and messes up your kitchen. The immersion blender isn't gonna do that for you. You can use it for more than just soup. If you wanna make a very smooth marinara, immersion blender is perfect for that. Applesauce or apple butter, if you're getting into that season of it, immersion blender is great. Have your hot liquid, put this in, turn it on, and in just a few seconds, now you have your smooth whatever it is. Creamy tomato soup or cream of potato, right? Maybe you'll try eating that next. A food scale. It's not just for dieting, it's actually for cooking. If you want to have consistency with your baking, a food scale is a must. Why? Because depending on the season it is, your flour is going to be dramatically different in terms of amount. So in winter, when it's really dry out, there's not a lot of humidity in the air, your flour is going to weigh less. Versus summer, when there's a lot of humidity, your flour is going to weigh more. So when you think, I just need 1 cup of flour, depending on the season, that 1 cup could be dramatically different. So using a food scale, it's going to have more consistency every single time you make that recipe. I'm sure I will post at some point a video tutorial on how to understand baker's percentages for the normal person. But if you get into bread baking, like sourdough, ciabatta, whatever, having a food scale is a must, because now you can determine how many loaves you want to make. You don't have to worry about fractions and is it going to be rounding up, rounding down, whatever. We'll just do it by the gram or by the ounce. The KitchenAid food processor. I stand behind KitchenAid. I've had them for years and I really haven't had many problems. I'll tell you about my stand mixer in a second, the problem I had with that though. But my food processor, I love it. You're gonna see it in a lot of different cooking videos because I use it pretty much all the time. This one's a workhorse. I've had other brands in the past and they've burnt out and broken. This one I've had for several years. It does come with an attachment kit so you can shred certain things in it. It has like a dough hook and all of it. So if you're gonna make like a pie crust, your stand mixer actually does a really good job of it. So if you wanna make hummus, you wanna make certain creamy sauces, soups, things like that, a stand mixer is kind of a must. Now, the KitchenAid stand, I think I just called this one, this is a food processor. This is a stand mixer. So my KitchenAid stand mixer, there's 2 different varieties of it. There's the artisan model, where the top comes up and comes back down, and then there's the professional model that the bowl goes up and down. There is a significant price difference between the 2 of them. The artisan model usually runs around like 100, 150, especially if you get it like around Black Friday at Thanksgiving. And then the professional model is going to run you a little bit more, around 400. Sometimes you get a deal at $300 for it. So is it worth it to spend that extra money? Depends on what you're making. The artisan model, some of the gears inside of it are made or coated with nylon. So if you're doing just like cookies, things like that, it's going to last you forever. Versus the professional model, the gear set inside is made of pure metal. So if you're like me and you make bread often, or you're making very glutinous or taxing foods with your stand mixer, the professional model is a must. And I can say, without a doubt, that this thing can handle just about anything. Because one time, without thinking, I put my hand into the bowl with the dough hook going. Something fell in and I was like, oh, I'll just grab it real quick. It crushed my hand. It did not hurt the stand mixer. So it can handle just about anything that you throw at it. So the last item I have is probably my fanciest one, and it's a rolling pin. This rolling pin came from the hardware store, and it's just a 1-inch dowel. It's a 48-inch length. I cut it in half, so now I have 2 rolling pins. They're flat, they're sturdy, and they're wicked cheap. So I have 2 rolling pins for about $4 or $5, something like that. You can go out and buy them. They're really expensive, made of oak and maple, and they have all sorts of other garbage on it. You don't need, if you're gonna break a rolling pin, I don't know what kind of dough or pie that you are making. So just go out and get a 1-inch dowel, cut it in half, throw some mineral oil on it. You're good to go. So you don't need really a fancy rolling pin. You just need something that you can smush things out flat with. Plus, it's kind of cool, with the 1-inch, you can get those little, like, the rubber bands to put on it that determine how thick something is. So that's it. I'm sure you're gonna see quite a few other cooking utensils and gear throughout my recipes and videos, but for now, hopefully I've inspired you to go out and get a food processor, because if you're gonna cook with me, you need a food processor. So, have a good night, have a good day. Say bye, Stella. So that's it from me, Justin, at Getting Healthy on Good Food. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And Stella, it's okay. Go subscribe. Stella, it's okay. See what you've done. Make sure to subscribe. Poor Stella. Poor Stella.